So the other night I watched the Jester 2 from this year. You Can't Cheat Death Twice. Now, I saw the original, The Jester, 2 years ago when it came out, and I did a video on it, a quite long one, actually. And yes, it's very Terrifier. It's almost a Terrifier clone in some aspects. But there were some decent things in the first one, like the Jester's design. There's not really any great kills in the first movie that I remember, despite it being compared so heavily to Art the Clown and Terrifier. The kills just were not up to par in the first one. For this one, though, and it's based off of 3 short films, The Jester Chapter 2, and Chapter 3, I think. 10 minutes each, which I checked out after watching the sequel here. They're pretty good. I mean, it's nothing to write home about or anything, but they're decent shorts. This sequel, while not a good movie, and it's not really something I'd watch again, same with what I said about the first Jester. But I did say in that review, in that video, that I would be open to watching a sequel to that movie if we got one, and see if they made any improvements. And I really think they did a much better job with this film than the original. I love the design of the Jester in this one. It's a different design than the first one. But the best thing for me in this movie was the main character, Max, who is a magician who is 15. The actress, though, is 22, and she does a great job in this. She gets bullied constantly at school. Her mom, she has home issues and issues with her mom. And she ends up going out on Halloween night and meeting the Jester. And we get a lot more backstory about the Jester in this movie. His whole origin story, basically. Why he does this, when it started, what he needs to do every Halloween, which may alienate some, I don't know how many fans there are of these movies, but alienate some fans of the shorts and the first film where he does not talk at all. He talks in this movie, although he does do it in an interesting way. He uses the corpses of the dead people he kills to animate them in a way and to speak for him. And I quite enjoyed how they did that. I'm not super invested in these movies, so them having him talk and them exploring his background, I thought it was fine. But the character of Max is great in this, and this movie really reminded me and gave me strong vibes of a very underrated Halloween movie called Satan's Little Helper. It's a really underrated one, and it's a great Halloween movie set on Halloween with this little kid who goes around with the serial killer in a mask, a creepy-ass mask, and he thinks that he's helping this guy, but he's helping him commit these crimes, not knowing that's what's really going on. It's not the same here in the Jester 2, but you have Max, a magician, going up against another magician, the trickster, which he's also known as the trickster and the Jester, so I don't know what his official title is. If he was the trickster, these movies would be called the Trickster, not the Jester, so I'm going with that as the official name. But she basically has to comply with his whole plan and what he has to do every Halloween. I don't want to spoil too much, but she ends up helping him in a very similar way to Satan's Little Helper. And it really gave a lot of those vibes off from that film in this. The kills are a vast improvement over the first movie. They're still not great. They're still nowhere near Terrifier level or anything like that. But there are some creative kills in this. Even if they're not gory or you don't see much. And there are some gory kills in this. But there are some cool ones where he'll take his jacket or his cape or something and put it around somebody and make him disappear, and like he'll end up somewhere else, like mutilated or just disappear completely. Stuff like that. So they do use, the Jester being a magician and the tricks that he does, they use that to very good effect for the most part. So honestly, this was a decent watch. I quite enjoyed a lot of things in this, which I did not expect at all with the first film. This is a better movie in every single way. So if you've seen the first Jester or the three shorts, if you are a fan of this franchise, which it's starting to become a franchise now, it looks like it might have a third entry. And I'd be totally open to seeing that one too, especially after the improvements this one made on the original. But let me know, have you seen The Jester? Have you seen this new sequel, The Jester 2? Have you seen the 10-minute shorts? Leave it in the comments. Let us know all your Jester thoughts.